Hello and welcome to PS Such a Connection. I'm P.
And I'm S. And this week we're talking about the overnight dates for Jojo's season of The Bachelorette, season 12.
Yes. You may notice that we're in a new place. You may not because you've probably never watched us before, but
Either way, we
thanks
are.
for coming. Yeah. So yeah, the first date.
Well, the episode starts off with
yeah, it starts off with where it left off with Luke and
Jojo. It was sad.
It was awful.
Because as Luke walks her out and tells her, and then she gets all sad, you can just tell that he was the one she was planning on sending home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And him,
it wasn't a surprise, but it still hurt so much.
Yeah, it did. Mostly because Chase was still there at that point. Luke was more of a front runner than Chase.
Absolutely. I think even more so than Robbie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, that may have just been me because of him, but
yeah. He's definitely a favorite. Favorite. He was a Jojo favorite. So, what happened? We don't know.
Okay, so now we have to cross off his face.
Our board doesn't really fit in our new location. There they are. Okay.
Do you want to cross it off?
All the pictures.
My arm doesn't move that way.
Curled. So Luke is over here.
We left the board outside. I mean, I'm not going to point fingers, but one of us left the board outside, and in the humidity, all of the pictures curled.
So here's our beautiful Luke baby in the corner here. Bye, Luke.
Next season, maybe we'll have more of a budget. I don't know. Probably not, but...
what we're going to hope for, though, is that I think we both agree that Luke is going to be the next Bachelor.
Oh my god. We'll talk more about this, but after tonight I'd be okay with Chase, but Luke all the way.
Yeah. So I'm pretty firm in that it's gonna be Luke, but yeah. But there are still options here.
Yeah.
So there he is. We'll come back to this board later.
Oh yes we will. Oh yes we will.
Remind me that I put the marker here.
Right, okay.
So there goes Luke. It was tearful, it was emotional, it was shocking, and then they move on.
Yes.
And who goes first? Robbie.
It was Robbie, yeah.
Robbie has the first date, and they walk around town, and then it starts to rain and stuff. Nothing it was just a good time.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. Nothing dramatic. Then she invites him to stay over, and he was like, I want to get to know the Jojo that I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with.
Which I said was so you can't know the Jojo that you're going to spend the rest of your life with unless you, you know her. She's been there, but whatever.
And then this was on this date, Robbie, because I really liked Robbie in the episodes prior to this one. This week, he just didn't feel as I don't know why. I didn't like him as much. I don't often have reasons behind why I dislike people. I just do. So
no, I've never felt anything really towards Robbie. And I know that you did because I was a little weird about it. I was like, why does she love Robbie so much? I didn't really understand.
I liked him.
You were just rooting for him. I understand why you liked him, but you were like, Robbie's gonna get this rose, and I was like, I don't. But yeah. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I just
what it
was, and then
it changed. She turned to me, and I was like, "Oh no, you don't love Robbie anymore."
Yeah,
you would have sent him home.
What?
You would have sent him home.
Yeah,
And all of America would be like, why would she do that? You would be like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have a reason.
We're getting for Steph to be the next Bachelorette. So.
Vote for me. I have to get on. Well, okay. If we both get on Luke's season of The Bachelor,
oh my god, I would kill you if he chose you.
But you marry him.
Yeah.
And then I become the next Bachelorette.
I mean, that would be perfect.
That's
They're gonna have this footage though.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
We think Steph's on the show for the wrong reason.
What?
Why?
That's wrong. I deny. Anyway. Yeah, and then they like wake up and have breakfast together, and it's like cute, and they're in this like nest of blankets, and you know that one of them had to get up to let the cameraman in, and then they had to like re-snuggle.
That's actually really creepy. Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
No, the cameraman must have another key.
That's even creepier.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh god. So
I want to know how the behind the scenes of this works so badly.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we had her date with Jordan,
which we were discussing. She still has all these questions about whether it will last with Jordan. Like, it's odd because she has, like, she feels the strongest about Jordan, I think.
Yeah.
But then has these questions of whether the relationship will last, where with the other guys it's more of a question of like, is he even the guy for me? So it's like a different so if she knew that it would or wouldn't last with Jordan, that really makes I feel like, don't go for the other guys just because, you know?
Yeah. And I don't really understand where it's coming from with this. Like, I don't know if it's just something that they haven't shown, or if it's just like this insecurity that she herself has. But it just doesn't seem like when they're together he is ever like faking anything. I mean, there's been a few things that both of us have pointed out throughout the season that we're like, we're not sure how we feel about that, but like there was nothing that really makes me think that your front runner, the person who you gave the first impression rose to, like, clearly from the first day you had this.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think it is just this insecurity, because with these other guys, I feel like the feelings that they have for her are stronger than the feelings she has for them. So she feels like,
that's true.
Oh, well, they wouldn't leave. Like, she doesn't have the fear that they would go off. But with Jordan, it's like, oh, well, I feel really strongly for this guy. So, like, I want to make sure he doesn't, you know?
Yeah. I feel like that's the worst way to be in a relationship with someone that, like, I really liked that guy more than I like you, and that's why I chose you, because I'm afraid that he'll hurt me.
Yes.
That's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good for you, that's not good for them, and that's not good for the person that you aren't choosing.
Right. Exactly. But that's what I think the situation is.
Yeah. I could see that.
But yeah, in the promos, I don't know if this is exactly the time, but I'm going to talk about it. Because in the promos, they were like, well, are you ready to marry my daughter? And I was telling you, if the difference, like, once it comes to the Bachelorette's hometown dates, if you're not serious and totally positive that you're going to marry them after this, that automatically puts you on, like, in question, like, oh, well, you can't really like her. When you can obviously have strong feelings for someone and also not be sure that you're going to spend forever with them.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't like about this part of the show, because of the obligation to get married. Like, I want it to be okay for Jordan to be like, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure we can get married yet, but pick me anyway, because I want to continue to date you to see if we could get married one day.
Yeah.
That's what I wish the show was, but that wouldn't get views.
Yeah, they like have to have the engagement,
Yeah.
and then you have to see the wedding.
And it'll be a big deal and stuff. But whatever. I don't run the show. One day.
Now they know all our plans.
Darn it.
So then we have Chase's date.
Oh my god.
It started out really well.
So well.
Like, I make jokes a couple of times, I think, in the past. I have, maybe. I can't quite remember. But that, like, who is Chase?
Who even is Chase?
I didn't know. And
No
I
one
feel
knew.
like through this, I kind of was like, oh yeah, that's why Chase is here.
Obviously, because he's like funny and cute.
With
and,
that
like,
fish, I was like, oh my
fish.
god, I love you. Like, that's a weird thing to like fall in love with someone for, but like that was really cute. And like it shows that you're like willing to do things that like I feel like a lot of guys would be like, gross.
Yeah.
And he was just into it.
And he was like, they were laughing and having like just a lighthearted fun.
Yeah.
And it just
he got that like stain on his shirt.
Yeah. And he was like, that could have
like,
gone in my mouth.
Yeah, it could have gone in his mouth.
It almost did. Yeah, and they had like fun with like playing with a fish, which was cute. Yeah. And then after on the date they showed him playing with like the monkey.
Yeah.
And like yeah. So just the date went so well, and then
it went really well. Like I thought things were gonna flip. I thought it was gonna be like, oh no, it makes sense for Chase to be here next week.
Yeah.
But then in between their date and when she goes out to dinner with him, Robbie comes. Which I'll talk about a little bit later.
Okay. Yeah, so Robbie comes to visit and like just like for a minute they say hi and stuff. And then she goes back to Chase because she offered him the overnight. Yes. And he took it. And
well, I think this is before the dinner. They go to dinner. She offers him the overnight, and then they go back to her room. Because this was, like, where she was changing out of her day outfit to her
nighttime dinner outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were good, and he was, like, into it, and he's like, I feel so confident about her now, and, like, we as the audience members could see that and feel that, and we were like, yeah, totally, they're like super cute together.
That didn't quite work out.
And then he drops the L-bomb,
which both of the other guys have done.
Yeah, which like
and
Jojo.
I also thought he did it last week. Because I felt like they made this huge deal about it being like his breakthrough of him like pushing her away, but I guess he didn't.
Just said,
he was just like,
for you.
I get you. You're super cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And then so he finally is like, I love you. And she's like, whoa. But that's what she basically begged him to tell her.
That's true, yeah.
That he was in love with her. And like
I get kind of the idea of if someone says that to you and you don't immediately like, oh my god, I love you too, and then you have to stop yourself because you're on a show like this. I kind of get that. But again, when you're like trying to like get this out of a person who's told you that they don't say it that much, that they're reserved and like whatever conversations that we never saw.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't very happy with the way that she handled the situation, and I don't really have a right to be angry with her because if it were me, I would probably like jump off a cliff and be like, well, bye guys.
Can't continue to make decisions. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so yeah, I guess she's like, she steps away.
Yeah, which is what I don't think she should have done.
Yeah.
Because
like, I need a minute.
Yeah, because that on top, he just said I love you, and then she's like, I'm gonna go for just a second. Like, that's
bad.
really hard. And also, like, just because in that, like, split second after they say something, you don't feel something back, I feel like if the conversation had continued and maybe she still didn't feel it, rather than stepping aside, she could just be like, wait a second. Let's just slow down for a second, maybe talk about something else.
Yeah.
And then see where that took them instead. And maybe she would still not feel these things. And I get the idea of not wanting to do the overnight with him at that point if she didn't feel it, because that would be awful.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's a really tough situation.
Yeah.
And I just think she made the wrong decisions, which is not any fault of hers because, I mean,
she didn't have a lot of decisions at that point, but, like, just the whole way it happened was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was really upset.
He was so upset, and he didn't, because a lot of guys on the show then, like you were saying, flip a switch and they're like, well, I hate you.
I was, like, on the cusp with him because I thought he might.
Yeah.
Because, like, he immediately put a wall back up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which I completely understand, but I was, like, I was kind of fearing because, like, this was, like, the one chance that we got to know him, and we were like, oh my god, he's awesome! And then all of a sudden it's like, what if he just wigs out on her?
And he kind of came close, but he kept it
on
a level.
I mean, he was walking away. I also don't think she should have followed him.
Yeah. I mean, I understand
not wanting him to go away hating you.
Yeah.
But I think there's a point where it's just like, I need to let him walk away. Like, clearly things that I'm saying aren't helping him right now.
Right. And yeah, I guess and he leaves, like, heated, and she's just an emotional wreck. And that was bad.
You're so eloquent.
I have a way with words.
Look at you. You're gonna be a great Bachelorette.
Yes. I see everything I hate about Bachelorettes. I'm gonna be.
We, like, went for a walk on the beach, and I felt
a connection.
I felt really good about it, I guess.
Yeah.
We had a time. It was a day. We did stuff.
Oh God, I'm never gonna be the Bachelorette.
No, you will. You will.
But anyway, so the next day she's, like, walking on the beach, and she's like, sending Robbie home made me feel so good about my other two relationships, and we're like, that's
sending Chase home made her feel good about. Yeah.
Did I say Robbie?
Yeah.
I didn't mean Robbie.
I felt really bad. I don't think she should have said that. That was awful.
Yeah,
that was a really mean thing to say. I mean, like, she didn't mean it like that, but it comes across like
Jojo.
Well, now that I've gotten rid of that one who was holding me back, I feel really good about these other two guys.
Yeah.
Like,
jeez,
it's unfortunate wording.
Yeah, which, like, I don't know if The Bachelorette is trying to, like, cut budget by reusing scenes or something, but it's basically what happened last season with Ben, where he was like, I love these two, and this third one, well, I gotta take care of that now.
By the way, I loved Kayla.
Kayla was great.
I loved her. She was my favorite. Like, I love Jojo, I love Lauren, but I was like, Kayla, let's be best friends forever.
And so, yeah, it was just very reminiscent of that situation.
Although Kayla didn't get asked to go back to the room.
Kayla, that's right. Yeah.
So
sorry.
That was a little bit better for her, I guess. Probably not in her eyes, but
yeah.
So yeah, then they have the rose ceremony.
Yeah, and they bring out Jordan and Robbie. And she comes out like, so I sent Robbie. I have to stop. She tells them she said Robbie. No, Robbie, it's
what's wrong with you?
Chase. It's because Chase.
I swear to God, this has been all night.
exist.
She lost her mind like 5 minutes into the show. I don't know what's happening.
I keep calling Chase Robbie. She
spun around in a circle for
Chase
like
Robbie.
3 times. Just right around in a circle, and I don't know why. I'm concerned for her health. Send help. So she sent Chase home.
Not Robbie.
She's telling Robbie, who's still there, and Jordan, that she sent Chase home.
Yeah, Chase.
And then Chase walks in.
And she's like, oh. And we were on, like, there was the 50-50. He was either going to be like, I want to talk about this more. I don't understand why you would send me home.
Yeah.
Or...
we were placing our bets.
Yeah.
We were like, is he gonna flip out on her? Or is he gonna be like, hey.
I didn't want to leave it on that note.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly what he did.
I hope you find love. And I fell in love with Chase.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think it was possible because, again, who is Chase?
Who is Chase?
But
he was just so level-headed and eloquent and
I would never do that. I'd be like, see you never, like, and maybe I have, but
yeah. Yeah.
He was so brilliant.
He was perfect and, like, so sincere and, like, I just, like, and he said, see you later, like,
yeah.
I'll see you later. It was just perfect.
Go Chase. Really nice. Yeah, like, dude, I know you don't watch these, but you are one of the greatest people in the world.
We are.
Yeah, they all sit down together and watch this. Yeah.
The Bachelorette men together all watch us.
No one watches this, so I don't know how they watch it, but yeah.
It's hard. Yes. I don't know what else.
Okay. We're gonna go quickly through dramatic, douchebag, and whatever the other one is, because we're losing.
I don't drink
someone in this situation. She doesn't.
I don't drink.
Never a drop. Never. And yet something has happened to her.
I don't understand. Okay. So drama?
Yes. Drama moment of the episode. What do you say?
I say when Jojo walks out on Chase.
Okay. Yeah.
Because why would you do that, Jojo? It was just unnecessary.
Yeah. Mine was, since you took that one, I'm gonna go with from the very beginning when we first turned on the show, because we were like 5 minutes late for the show. It was Luke getting into the car, and that was like a little bit devastating.
That was, and JoJo looking fabulous in that stupid.
Oh my God, and sobbing, with that gorgeous like shimmering dress on the runway of that airport, which was the most romantic place to have a rose ceremony. But whatever, we can look past that because her dress was on point.
Oh my God, so. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a super drama moment.
Especially when that's, like, how you're entering the episode, like, and then they cut it off and they're like, now JoJo goes on her 3 dates with her 3 other men, and you're like, wait, my life is an emotional shambles, what am I supposed to do?
They're like, watch these.
Yeah.
And then we did.
It's tough.
Romance? Or do you have more to say? Sorry.
No, I don't. Okay. We can go with romance. Romance moment of the episode.
Do you have one off the top?
I do.
Okay, go.
It was when Jordan said that he saw life with her.
Oh, that was sweet.
I can't remember exactly what he said, but she was kind of like questioning him, and he was like trying to set her at ease, and I thought what he was saying was really well spoken, even though I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, I remember he was she was like, how do you know? And he was like, well, this is how I know. And I thought like super sweet. I feel a way with you that I
I thought I had felt before, but I didn't. I feel a different way, a better way.
I like when he said that he finally had a face for
Oh my god, I think I missed that. That's fantastic. I love him.
For his when he imagines his wedding, he finally has a face to put there. And I was like,
which I totally get, because I imagine who's going to be at her wedding all the time, and it's a Rolodex. I don't know.
That's
not that there are like men coming through. I'm sorry.
I have so many men.
There are suitors every day.
Oh God.
This is a train wreck. Listen, we're in a new place.
It's this night, I'll tell you.
Everything has changed. We don't know where we are.
Where are we? Yes. I'm gonna agree. Okay. That's also my romance moment.
Great.
If I think of a different one, I'll.
Okay.
But
and do you have a douchebag moment?
I know what yours is, and I don't want to take it.
Please don't tell.
I don't have one.
Okay, so
I don't. I can't talk anymore. I can't talk anymore. Go.
Okay. So douchebag moment of the episode for me was when Robbie went during Chase's date. Mm-hmm. Now, it definitely wasn't like a douchebag moment from the point of view of like he wasn't doing it maliciously.
No.
But I don't think that, and he may not know like the schedule for the other people's dates. He may have just like gone there. They may have been like, "Hey, Robbie, didn't you want to go to Jojo's room?"
Like right now?
I think she's there right now.
Right now.
She wasn't there a couple of minutes ago because she was on a date with Chase, but she's definitely there now. So just, you can go. But I just think, I feel like that kind of derailed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it could have, like, built more.
It definitely could have.
If he hadn't done that.
Yeah. Yeah. He could have. That's all I have to say.
This is who I work with. This is who I chose to work with.
I have nothing
This
else.
is all my fault. So yeah, can you unceremoniously cross off Chase's face?
I can do that.
Can you hold a pen in your hand without dying?
Today I can. Today. Where is he? There's Jordan. He's still here. There he is, up at the top here. All the way. Bye, Chase. Oh, we loved you. We loved you this episode.
Yeah, for that last minute there.
No other times.
I mean, not like we didn't love him, we just didn't know who he was.
Because who was Chase? Yeah. Now we know. That could be a series in itself.
Okay.
Who is Chase?
We're gonna get her back home. To safety, where she can't hurt anyone or herself. So check us out on Twitter. I think we tweeted once tonight. Good for us.
Yay. I had a few in my head, but I was like, it's too hard.
Oh God. I'm sorry. So again, check us out on Twitter at PS Such a Connection. This was our review of the overnight dates with Jojo, and we're really sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't know if she has any feeling right now. Bye, guys.